And we are back. Predictions, week 7 edition. In the last episode, I ended up going a very solid 12-3, putting my season total up to 69-24. And also getting the lock of the week wrong, and I picked the Patriots. Now making my lock of the week 4-2. In case you don't know how lock of the week works, basically every week I pick a team that I think will win the game, and they're the lock of the week. The only rule is I can't pick the same team more than once. So that's why, it's even more interesting because I can't just pick the Eagles or the 49ers or the Bills every week. I have to, strategize. And yeah. So the games I got wrong last week, going in order, are the 49ers Browns, the Patriots Raiders, which was the lock of the week I got wrong, and the Eagles Jets. Starting out, though, on Thursday Night Football, October 19th, 8:15 p.m. Eastern Time, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints. The Jaguars 4-2, the Saints 3-3. The Jaguars ended up getting a nice 37-20 win over the Colts. Meanwhile, the Saints, I wish I could say the same for, as they lost 20-13 to the Texans. Ultimately, I feel like this would be a very, fun offensive game for both sides. I don't know why. I feel like defenses are really going to struggle this game. The offenses are going to take over. But I'm going to take the Jaguars. The Jaguars are just the better team. I think they're just going to play better. Moving on to the 1 o'clock game. We have no more morning games for a bit at least. We have the Falcons and the Buccaneers. The Falcons 3-3, Buccaneers 3-2. The Falcons ended up losing 24-16 to the Commanders, and the Buccaneers lost 20-6 to the Lions. I'm sorry, Falcons and Buccaneers fans, but this is going to be probably the most boring game of the week. I just don't see these teams scoring many points. This will be very fun if you're into defensive football. But offensively, you have one of the worst offenses, with the Falcons. If you stop the running game, you stop the Falcons' offense. And the Buccaneers, I feel like, just haven't been there. Especially with that Lions game. Granted, they probably will bounce back, which is why I do have the Buccaneers winning. But I don't think it's going to be, very high scoring. Next, we have the Raiders and the Bears. The Raiders are 3-3, and the Bears are 1-5. The Raiders picked up their third win of the season as they ended up defeating the Patriots. And the Bears are 1-5. They ended up losing 19-13 to the Vikings. Another big thing, both teams are going to be with their backup quarterbacks. Justin Fields and Jimmy Garoppolo both injured. I do have the Raiders winning this game, and not only do I have them winning, I have them as the lock of the week. This is just someone's got to win this game, and I feel like the Raiders are going to, which is why I'm going to take them as the lock of the week because, the Raiders aren't a great team, so it's going to be very nice to get them out of the way early. So give me the Raiders not only to win, but as the lock of the week. Next, we have the Browns and the Colts. The Browns are 3-2. The Colts are 3-3. The Browns ended up winning 19-17 to the 49ers with P.J. Walker. And the Colts ended up losing 37-20 to the Jaguars. This, I have no idea. I have the Browns winning, but now that I'm thinking about it, the Browns just put all their effort into the 49ers. They will potentially, drop this Colts game. I'm going to stick with the Browns, but don't be surprised if I change my pick to the Colts. If you ever want to see me change my pick, it'll be on my Twitter or X, Yoshi_Wisey, same as my YouTube, same as my TikTok. Next, we have the Commanders and the Giants. The Commanders are 3-3, and the Giants are 1-5. Commanders picked up a 24-16 win over the Falcons, and the Giants yet again losing 14-9 to the Bills. Coming down to the final play of that game as well. I do have the Giants winning this game, but in my opinion, it's going to depend on the quarterback. If Daniel Jones is playing, I have the Commanders. If Tyrod Taylor is playing, I have the Giants. I think Tyrod's more than likely going to play, so I'm going to more than likely pick the Giants. But, if I find out who the starting quarterback is, I find out it's Daniel Jones, there's a good chance I switch my pick if I remember. Next, we have the Lions and the Ravens. This should be a fun one. The 5-1 Lions, who beat the Buccaneers 20-6, against the 4-2 Ravens, who won 24-16 in London. This game screams amazingness. These are two of the top teams in the league, in my opinion. I have both of them inside the top 10 in my power rankings. I'm going to take the Lions to win. Because I feel like both these teams right now are frauds. I don't know if they're going to know how to deal with good teams. But I have way, and I mean way more confidence in the Lions. So give me the Lions. Our final 1 o'clock game, we have the Bills, who are 4-2, and the Patriots, who are 1-5. Do I even need to talk about this? The Bills won 14-9 against the Giants. Patriots lost 21-17 to the Raiders. Patriots suck. Give me the Bills. I'm sorry. I'm not even going to entertain that game. It's just bad. It's going to be bad. The Bills are going to blow the Patriots out. Next, we have the Cardinals and Seahawks. Cardinals 1-5. Seahawks 3-2. The Cardinals, they ended up losing 23-9 to the Rams. And the Seahawks ended up losing 17-13 or something like that to the Bengals. Once again, I don't think this game is going to be very fun to watch. I think the Seahawks are going to win, but I think this is going to be a very competitive game. I just think it's going to be very boring. I don't think there's going to be a lot of points on the board. I think it's going to be a lot of, free and outs, punts, turnover on downs. Yeah. Our other 4:05 game is the Steelers, who are 3-2, and the Rams, who are 3-3. The Steelers, they were on their bye week last week. And the Rams, they ended up winning 23-9 against the Cardinals, as we just talked about. I have this. Who do I have? I have the Rams winning it at the moment, but once again, this is a pick that could very well be changed up. I have no idea. I have the Rams winning though, so we're going to say the Rams. Moving to the 4:25 games, we got the Chargers, who are 2-3, and the Chiefs, who are 5-1. The Chargers lost another heartbreaking game, 20-17, to the Cowboys on Monday night. And the Chiefs, they ended up winning 19-8 to the Broncos. This is going to be one hell of a game. I have the Chiefs winning, but just know this is going to be, and I am confident in it, so I really hope it doesn't backfire, game of the week. 4:25, the other one, we got the Packers, who are 2-3, and the Broncos, who are 1-5. The Packers were on a bye week last week, and the Broncos ended up losing yet another one, 19-8 to the Chiefs. I think the Packers are going to win this game, kind of because it's like the Patriots and the Bears, honestly, and the Panthers, who they're on a bye, but we'll talk about them later. Where I'm just probably never going to pick those teams to win because I know they're not going to win more than 4, maybe 5 if they're lucky. So it's always going to be the safer option just to pick, who they're playing. So give me the Packers. But as a Packers fan, I do think this could be a very bad game. Not in terms of it's going to be a blowout, but in terms of, once again, not a lot of points scored. Sunday night, we got the Dolphins and the Eagles. Both of these teams 5-1. Dolphins picked up another win, 42-20 or 24, something like that, against the Panthers. And the Eagles, they lost their first one, 2014, to the Jets. This is going to be an amazing game, in my opinion. These are two of the best teams in the league. I have them at number 2 and number 4 in power rankings. and I'm going to take the Eagles to win. No offense to the Dolphins, but who have the Dolphins played? I genuinely have no idea. Maybe they've played some absolute studs. I have no idea, but I don't think they have. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look for the Dolphins. And they played the Chargers, which fair enough. That's, in my opinion, a good team. They've played the Patriots. I think we know how I feel about the Patriots. They've played the Broncos. They played the Bills and they got their ass kicked. Or they're on a bye week this week. I don't see them. They played someone in week 5. I can't exactly find who they did because I don't see them. I'm gonna do. Oh, they played the Giants. Yeah, okay. And finally, in week 6, they played the Panthers. I'm no mathematician, but I'd say only one of the teams they have beaten. No, none of the teams they have beaten have a winning record, and only one of the teams they've beaten I actually think is good, and that's the Chargers. And they have Brandon Staley, and they barely beat the Chargers. So, Dolphins, I just don't think you know how to match up against good teams, but feel free to prove me wrong. And finally, Monday night, the 23rd, 8:15 p.m., 49ers, Vikings. 49ers 5-1, Vikings 2-4. The Vikings, they ended up winning 19-13 to the Bears, and the 49ers ended up losing 19-17 to the Browns. The 49ers got this. I have no issue saying that. To recap, I have the Raiders as the lock of the week. The teams I have winning are the Jaguars, Buccaneers, Raiders, Browns, Giants, Lions, Bills, Seahawks, Rams, Chiefs, Packers, Eagles, 49ers. The teams who are on a bye week, in case you're curious, are the Bengals, who are 3-3, the Cowboys, who are 4-2, the Jets, who are 3-3, the Panthers, who are 0-6, the Texans, who are 3-3, and the Titans, who are 0-4. I went 12-3 last week, putting me at 69-24. And in case you want to know the playoff picture, don't worry, I got you. Currently at the 1 seeds, we have the Chiefs and the Eagles, both of them sitting pretty at 5-1. At the 2 seeds, we have the Dolphins and the 49ers, both of them sitting pretty at 5-1 as well. At the 7 seeds, the 2 and the 7s will play each other. The 1 seeds get a bye. We have the Browns, who are 3-2, they play the Dolphins, and the Falcons, who are 3-3, they play the 49ers. At the 3 seeds, we have the Ravens, who are 4-2, and the Lions, who are 5-1. At the 6 seeds, the 6 and 3 would play each other. We have the Steelers, who are 3-2, who would play the Ravens, and the Seahawks, who are 3-2, who would play the Lions. And finally, the 4 and 5 seeds are the 4-seeded Jaguars, who are 4-2, would play the 5-seeded Bills, who are 4-2, and then the 4-seeded Buccaneers, who are 3-2, would play the 5-seeded Cowboys, who are 4-2. Nothing else has happened. It's week 7, so obviously no team has been eliminated. No team has clinched a playoff spot because, well, we're just not really close there. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. I will see you guys next time, which will probably be Browns franchise. If not, at the latest, you'll see me Tuesday with Power Rankings. Goodbye, and hope you enjoyed.